Hello students, me, your Nobonita ma'am, was discontinuing for some times due to some personal works. But from today, hopefully, I can continue with your 5th chapter of your environment and science book. So students, hope all of you are well. I am also fine. But in this situation of COVID-19, everybody must stay at home. Okay? So, today we started with page number 63 of chapter number 5, that is necessity of measurement. In our daily life, the term measurement, or in Bengali called porimap, is very important. Because if you want to know the answers of all the questions present in page number 63, you must have to know that what is measurement. Now look at the pictures of page number 63 and try to answer. Now, what's the problem arise? The problem is we can't answer the questions simply by looking at them, isn't it? We need some instruments, right? So, from this, we can conclude that we need some instruments to measure these quantities. And everything which can be measured is called physical quantity. Now, at page number 64, you can get two types of physical quantities, that is, fundamental and derived. Some of them do not depend on other physical quantities, are called fundamental physical quantities, like length, mass, time, etc. And some physical quantities are made of more than one fundamental physical quantities, are called derived physical quantities. For example, density, volume, velocity, etc. Next, page number 65. Now you have to know an important term, that is unit, অর্থাৎ একক. When you write a measurement, you not only write the number but also another term like gram, kilogram, second, etc. Right? In case of writing a measurement, those words written after the number are called units. Measurement without unit is meaningless. Now, for your kind information, I must say that the units of the fundamental physical quantities are called fundamental units, and the units of derived physical quantities are called derived units. Next topic is measurement of length, which is present at page number 65. So, from previous lecture, you know that we measure physical quantity in respect to a suitable part of that physical quantity. And this suitable part is called unit of that physical quantity. In primitive days, the unit of length was different in different countries. Hence, the scientists thought of using a unit of universal standard, which will not change in respect to place or person. And finally, in 1960, scientists introduced SI system as a uniform and universal unit system to avoid all the complexities of different measuring systems. Next, page number 66. You must read the yellow chart of different unit of SI system of different physical quantities. To measure a physical quantity, a suitable part of it is taken as an international standard. In SI system, we get small value of a physical quantity by dividing with 10. And this is called submultiple unit. On the other hand, we can get greater units by multiplying it with 10. And this is called multiple unit. Okay? It is important for you. If you see at page number 67 above, you can get a clear idea about it. Now, you have to know that what is the international standard meter. Read carefully at page number 66 below. Next, at page number 67, you may see an advantage of multiple and submultiple units, and that is you can measure a wide range of values by using this system. In page number 67, there is a picture of common balance, right? And why we use it? Yes, you are right. We use it to measure mass. That is, in Bengali it is called bhor. Next topic is measurement of area. In one word, we can say that area equals to length into breadth. In case of a round thing like a football, the area equal to pi into diameter square, where the value of pi is 3.14. Next, page number 68. The topic is measurement of volume. So, what is volume? In one sentence, we can say that the space an object occupies is called volume. We can use the measuring cylinder for measuring the volume of a liquid. The SI unit of volume is cubic meter, and the other units of volume are cubic centimeter, liter,